Today, I want to talk to you about active versus passive with your finances. I think people get this confused. It keeps people from building wealth. I want to show you how to avoid making the mistake that most people are going to make. Hey, what's going on? Jerry Fetta here, owner, founder, CEO, Wealth Dynamics, coming to you with today's Fetta facts. All facts, no opinions on the topic of money. Today, I want to talk to you about active versus passive with your finances. I think people get this confused. It keeps people from building wealth. I want to show you how to avoid making the mistake that most people are going to make. Okay, good. So I told you today that I was going to talk to you about active versus passive income. Now, we will be defining these terms as usual, right? I'm going to give you a couple of rules, a couple of laws that I want you to think about and focus on, okay? So the first thing is, what does active mean? Right? Active means that you are involved, you are participating in the doingness of whatever the thing would be. So in this case, the thing is your finances. Okay, active refers to, learning about money. Active refers to goal setting and planning. Active refers to earning income, right? Active refers to saving. Active refers to investing, managing your finances. Active would mean that you're involved in each of those activities. Make sense? Now, what does passive mean, right? Passive would mean that you're not involved, right? It would mean that there's little to no involvement. Now, here's the thing that most people confuse, okay? There isn't a definite active and a definite passive, right? So I want you to think about this like a scale. So here's what I'm looking at. We have over here on this side, we have active, right? Over here on this side, we have passive. Now notice I put arrows on each of these, and the reason I put arrows on each of these on the whiteboard is because it continues going. You would have more and more and more active, or you'd have more and more and more passive. The less active you are, the more passive you'll be. The less passive you are, the more active you'll be. But there's not a point of like, I've reached the definition and destination of the word active. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have more of it or less of it. Now, here's a rule. Never trade new time for old money. What do I mean by that, right? So there are elements of your finances and my finances that need to be active. You're not going to be able to outsource them. You're not going to successfully not do them or not be involved and actually build financial wealth, right? So what are those things? Let's list those out really quick. One of the first ones here is your financial mindset. You can't outsource that. So this is an area that you need to be active. Now, let's go ahead and make this just two columns. We have active over here, right? We have passive over there. So financial mindset is one thing you need to be active on, right? You have to do it. Someone else can't have your mindset for you. You've got to do that part, okay? The second part would be financial goal setting. A lot of people don't do this one. And if you're not setting your own financial goals, I would venture to guess that your life financially probably funds the goals of someone else, which is okay. I'm not telling you never be of value to someone else, but I'm saying if you're working every day, every week, whatever, and you're slaving away at the job and you're doing the career and you're doing all the stuff we were taught to do, and you're doing it for someone else's goals instead of your own goals, that's not a good thing. You should have your goals handled too. Now, I would say primarily, you're doing this for your goals. And the mistake that people make here is they get into this, either or thing. Oh, I don't want my work to ever help my boss achieve their goals. No. In addition to. It's easy. Like if you got a cool boss you're working for, or you've got cool employees or whatever, whoever you make your money with, and you like them, why wouldn't you want to help them achieve their goals? There's nothing wrong with that. The thing that's incorrect would be achieving their goals instead of yours. And I've fallen into this one as a CEO, as a business owner. I can be honest with you. It's very easy as an owner of a business to say, man, I want my people to succeed. And sometimes it's even at the expense of my own success. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, I don't believe leaders eat last. I think leaders need to eat first. Otherwise, there's nobody to lead. right? Like if you're not strong, you're not going to be able to lead people. So achieve your goals. You're a leader in your life. You're a leader with your husband, with your wife, with your kids, with your family, with your friends, with your community, with your church, with the people around you. You should be a leader and you should set goals like a leader does. Here's where we're going. Here's the focus. Here's what we're going to do. Okay? Goal setting is active. Oh, hi there. I didn't see you there. I'm just reading my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom. If you want to read it with me, I will give you a free copy right now if you go to the page jerryfetta.com/B2F promo or just click the link in the description. I'm going to get back to my study. Okay, the other thing that is active earning of income. Okay, this is another one that's kind of a myth. And again, guys, these are all facts, not opinions. If you go study the top 1% of wealth, you will not see that they retire. I had a client, email in the other day, somebody that's working with our team, and they're like, hey, I want to get my sacred account, the life insurance policy that we utilize. I want to get that figured out. I want to get my equity and help properties figured out. The seller finance real estate that I do. I want to get that figured out. And then he finished it with a sentence that I really didn't like, so that I can retire, right? And I believe in trading retirement for responsibility. Don't spend 40 years building a life you feel like you need to run away from. Right? You should be active, especially if you've managed to get to a position where your investments, if your passive income, which we'll talk about in a second, can fund your giving, your expenses, your taxes, your savings, right? Then you should be teaching other people how to get there, not retiring somewhere else and keeping it all to you. Okay, so the earning income, you will want to keep actively earning income. And here's the thing is if you're financially independent and you do have passive income that exceeds your generosity, expenses, taxes, savings, PI greater than gets, awesome. You're now freed up to not have to trade time for money. It's no obligation, but the things you do should still be creative and productive. And probably those are going to bring in income, right? So the earning income actively is something that you need to do. Someone else is not going to do that for you, right? You need to do that. The next thing is saving your money, okay? And I'm going to call it allocating/saving. And the reason I call it allocating/saving is this handles two things, expense and savings. Expense, all this is allocating where your money goes. You can't skip this. You can't outsource it. It's like if you had water and you're trying to get it from the spigot over to the spigot being the hose where it comes out of the faucet over to the field because you're trying to irrigate some crops or something and you're trying to water your lawn, you need to allocate and direct that water. It's not going to just happenstance end up in the field or in the lawn. You have to put it there. You need to direct it. So if I'm not allocating my finances, and the number one thing I should allocate first is my future. If you don't create a future, you'll end up with the past in the future. Okay, repeat that. If you don't create a future, you will end up with the past in the future. Right? So I want to allocate paying myself first. That's why I don't call this saving right now. It's allocating. Allocate. What percentage of my income goes to pay myself first to invest in and create my future? I'm putting that aside first. Right? Second thing I'm allocating is my generosity. Right? I want to give, I want to contribute, right? So I'm doing my allocations, and then I'm allocating everything, my housing, my food, my groceries, whatever it might be, I'm allocating money towards that, and then I just follow the plan. Now, I said the word plan, back to goal setting. You will struggle allocating where your income goes if you don't first have a plan. Okay, the goal of allocating is not to live with poverty mindset. It's not to live with beans and rice. It's not to keep other people in the household from spending. It's to direct your energy. A to B. This starting here, put it there. Why? Because you have a goal and it lines up with the goal on the plan. Allocating, saving, active. You need to do this. Now, what about investing? Investing is where it needs to be passive, right? Now, this is the one that people mix up is we tend to want to make the first four that I mentioned the passive ones, right? Oh, we don't want to work on our financial mindset. Someone else should do that for us, right? We don't want to do the goal setting. We don't do that. We skip that, right? Or we set little tiny goals or goals that aren't really real goals. We don't like our jobs. We don't want to have to keep earning the income. That's why we have retirement. right? We don't want to save money, so we just don't. Or we just, use our tax return as our form of savings. Or we let the good old boys on Wall Street do our saving for us, right? Or we just give it to the bank and let them loan it out to other people and pay us nothing, right? People, individuals, if you're watching this and you're doing that, you're being passive on your financial mindset, on your goal setting, on your earning income, right? And mindset would include education. What do you think about when it comes to money? Is your data correct? Again, you need to be active on those 4 things. Now, the investing is passive. Now, people tend to try and be passive on these first 4 and then active on the investing, right? Oh, I want to get into real estate. I want to be a landlord. No, you don't, right? Rule number 1, what did I write here? Never trade new time for old money. If you already earned the money, if you already allocated the money, if you already built it up to where you could invest it, you should invest that in something that does not require more of your time. That's how you get financially independent. You invest in a way that you free up more of your time, because incrementally, this is what I've achieved by the age of 32. I don't have to trade time for money anymore. Why? Because I've invested in my business and my assets and my mindset, all the things I've mentioned here, right? And it took about 10 years. But if it takes 10 years for you to never have the obligation of trading time for money ever again, that's a great thing. Most people never get there. Even in retirement, the average retiree is going to run out of money. Okay, so here are the facts. Be active on your financial mindset. Be active on your financial training. Be active on your financial goal setting. Be active on earning income. Be active on allocating and saving. Okay, but be passive on your investing. Right? Invest in things that we won't get into this in this video, but investing, the root of this word, the origin means to clothe your capital. Just like you would pick out your own clothing. You like it, you understand it, it fits you, right? Like the price makes sense. Like all these different aspects go into it, you would clothe your money the same way, right? If I was going to pick clothing, I don't want to make my own shirts. I don't want to build my own pants. I don't want to be a shoe tailor. I want to just get the shoes, just like I want to just get the investing. Okay, so I hope that this video was valuable to you. Today has been Fetta facts. Again, all facts, no opinions, just the truth. It's always going to be, if it's coming from me, simple, true, applicable. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. I want to thank you for watching my video. If you learned something from this, if it was value to you, what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to give you a free copy of my book, Blueprints Financial Freedom. This is perfect for those that are on my channel learning this stuff and you want to take it to the next level. So if you go to the link jerryfetta.com, just my first and last name, jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, or click the link in the description, grab a free copy, we'll send it out to you. Can't wait to get you a copy in your hand.